There's nothing like the first sip. Oh, man. Good morning, everyone. It's Sunday, and I was up by 8 a.m. Can you even believe it? I have had a week from hell. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I've had a migraine all week long. It's basically the only day since last Sunday that I've woken up without a headache, which is fantastic because tomorrow is Camp NaNoWriMo, guys. I'm so excited. And I have started a camp, and I have 20 people in my camp, and I'm so freaking excited about July 1st, which is tomorrow. I need to write 50,000 words in July. We've got a book due in August. We have a book due in September, and I want to try to get ahead with my Kennedy Fox writing so I can start working on my own personal stuff. Back to this week being like hell for me. I just had an epiphany, essentially. And if you watch me over on Instagram, you probably saw me go off on Friday. If you're interested, Lyra Parish, go and follow me. I'm just very candid on there, exactly the same way that I am on YouTube, because y'all know that I'm not trying to impress you or make friends on YouTube. That stuff happens naturally, guys. Like, what you see is what you get. I am still in my Harry Potter pajamas because YOLO, I'm an adult and I can do that. I have no makeup on. I don't need to impress you. I literally woke up like this. I know that there's like all those things where like present your best self on YouTube and taking vlog courses and all of that. And y'all are just gonna get me. You're gonna get me like this. You're gonna get me with red lips. You're gonna get me with frizzy hair. You're gonna get me with pimples all over my face. You're gonna get me how you get me. And I know that many of you don't even care. Like, you're here for it regardless if I look presentable or if I just rolled out of bed and felt like making a video. So here we are. Last week was hell for me mentally at my day job. I'm not gonna lie, like, it was a struggle. First of all, I didn't feel well. I had a horrible migraine from Sunday all the way up until today, which is Sunday. June 30th, and it was just a struggle. It was basically the straw that broke the camel's back. And I'm not going to go into too much detail because I know that there are probably people who work with me that watch this, but I'm going to say that this whole last week and a half has really lit a fire inside of me to work harder. And I know that many of you are already like, dang girl, you already work really hard. You already release a buttload of books. You already work a full-time job. You do X, Y, and Z. But you know what? It's not enough. And I've realized that I have just kind of sat back and just wished for the best, and I'm not doing that anymore. I've been talking about relaunching Lyra Parish for a long time now. You know, a lot of times I've said I don't really know when it's going to happen. Well, it's going to happen sooner than later because I want to hit certain milestones before I quit my job, and I feel like I can hit those milestones. But to do that, I need to start releasing more books, and to release more books, I have to write more books. Kennedy Fox, like, this doesn't affect any of that. This is something completely separate from that. And I'm going to start releasing under my name again, at least working on my backlist more. It's so important at this point for my mental health and for my emotional state and for just my overall happiness level. And I'm not a risk taker. Like, I know that many of you probably think like I'm the person who's gonna go bungee jump or something, but I'm not a risk taker like that. I'm very meticulous and I plan things. Like, I'm such a planner. I know every vacation day that I'm gonna take in 2020 already. And I knew that 3 months ago. And we're still in 2019. I almost know what I'm gonna be doing in 2021 other than a few things. And so that's how I am. I am 100% a planner. I use a bullet journal religiously. I know that some of you have seen some of those videos, and I've got specific goals written down and things that have to happen before I quit my job. And I randomly look at that and I think, yeah, like I can do that stuff. But now is the point where that stuff needs to happen because I've got a date in my heart. I've got a date in my head, and it's really scary to kind of publicly say, like, May 1st, 2020 is my date. Like, that's the date that I'm looking at. And it gives me 306 days to make dreams happen. I don't want to be doing this next summer. I don't want to be working 8 to 10 hours a day and then coming home and scraping by. Financially, I think that I can do that. I could probably do it tomorrow, if I'm being honest. But the thing is I love the lifestyle that I have right now. And so I don't want to affect that. I'm putting a plan into place and I'm executing that. It makes me really happy, but it's also very scary because success is one of those things, guys, that doesn't last forever, but failure doesn't either. And I talk about this a lot. Like, success is ever fleeting, but so is failure. Like, I tell y'all that all the time because you can be successful one day and you can be a failure the next, and vice versa. And it constantly does that. And every book is different and every book sells differently. You know, in 2017, we had a great year. I almost tripled my salary that I made at my day job. And though last year, 2018, wasn't that great, I'm grateful for that and I'm humbled for that because I think I would have had a false sense of security otherwise. And I probably would have quit my job and then, you know, had a horrible year and been freaking out because I quit my job. So I know what it's like to have a fantastic year where you make a ton of money. And then I know what it's like to do okay. Things are different now and things are really looking up. I know that if I can stay on my current schedule with Kennedy Fox and I can add more books under Lyra and relaunch that name properly, that there's no way that I can fail. There's some other things that I'm working on as well that will probably not be ready until 2020. That will also help. And I've got so many things that I want to do that I just literally do not have time to do. I think that focusing on right now and getting the things done that I need to get done, it will allow me to make the date that I have set out in my heart and in my head. I don't throw dates around lightly. That's not something that I've ever really done. I've always had like, oh, well, maybe I'll, you know, maybe January 1st, maybe February 1st. But I have added up all of my debt. I have thought about my savings account and I've taken all of that into account 100%. And I think by May 1st that it is a realistic goal financially for me. And I think all of my milestones will be hit by then. So that's a lot. Y'all know that I started YouTube because I needed something to kind of break away from writing, because while I love to write, it's not something that I can just constantly do all the time. And I think that I want to start making these where I just come and chat with you, and I guess we could call it author confessions, like real world. I don't have anything to hide from y'all. I've been super honest from this point on, and I think that sharing this with everybody and documenting it for myself will be great to look back on. And I'm like really excited. I know that I've seemed kind of like down, but I'm not a morning person. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. So I am still waking up. I am still drinking a cup of coffee, so you're gonna have to bear with me for a second. Also, my allergies are freaking out this morning like crazy, so I need to go and take a Zyrtec or something. Oh God, coffee is life. But that's what's going on in my world. That's where my head is at right now. I am a very determined person and I don't check out mentally often. But whenever I'm pushed to the point that I'm at now with things in my life, it causes me to react in a specific way. And this determination, this fire that is like burning inside of me right now, was caused from all that. And it's just, I don't even know how to explain it. It'll be 10 years in December that I've been at my job. 10 years, a decade of my life. And I am at the very top level that I can possibly be in my department. And I am almost the youngest person in my department. I no longer am because they hired somebody who's a youngster who is younger than me. But at one point I was the youngest person in my department and I was at a very high level. And that's great. And there are people who really want that in their life. but I've come to the point where I know that even 5 years from now, I'm not going to be happy. And I know what does make me happy. And I know what I'm passionate about. And I know the things that drive me and the things that make me tick and the things that I'm super excited about doing when I wake up in the morning. And I'm going to do those things, and I'm going to focus on those things, and I'm going to make it happen. So mark this down, guys. June 30th, Courtney said May 1st. So 306 days. It's really not that long. But I think, actually, I know that I can do this, and it's scary, but it's also exciting. Put a plan into place and execute, guys. That's where we're at. That's what's happening. But anyway, back to NaNoWriMo. NaNoWriMo Camp NaNoWriMo starts tomorrow. And I'm not working on anything specifically. I'm just going to count all the words that I write in July. So I'm being like rogue NaNoWriMo. But I know that I do not have 50,000 words left in the book that I'm currently writing, which is truly mine. I have like 7 chapters left to write in that book. And then we're going to start book 2. And I have 12 chapters to write in that book because those books are 24 chapters long. And I think between those 2 books, I'll have 50,000 words. I also plan to work on some Lyra Parish stuff. I'm still trying to combine single, delete some chapters, rewrite some stuff, transfer it to first person present tense, you know, just tons of work. I'm still working on that, but it's not my #1 priority this month. My #1 priority is to write and finish these Kennedy Fox books. So that's what I'm working on. I plan to give you weekly updates throughout July. I mean, I'm trying to get on a schedule, but every time I announce one, I kind of suck at it. So I'm not gonna give a day, Mondays, to post videos, but I want to try to give you more than 1 video a week this month. That's my goal. A weekly recap video of where I am with my writing and how much I wrote and the struggles and successes, failures, whatever I've had during the week, along with real videos. I've got some really great things in the works right now. I've been doing lots of research for y'all, talking to authors who are bestsellers that I am so grateful to call my friends, and I'm putting some things together. So I think the next few videos that I post, you're gonna really like. We're gonna dive deep into basically Kindle Unlimited and being on all platforms with my opinion, obviously, and also bestseller lists and what they are, how to make them, what they really mean. So look forward to that, guys. And I will have a giveaway soon. I am in the process of launching thecourtneyproject.com. If you go there, the website's up. I have a newsletter sign up there, so I plan to start sending monthly newsletters to you all because a lot of people have reached out and said they really enjoy chatting with me on Instagram and stuff. And a lot of people are like, hey, like that talk that you gave me like really inspired me. And so, you know, whenever I get the way that I am right now, I could easily write a newsletter or a blog post or whatever. And so that's going to be my little home on the internet, and it's going to be a place for me to contact you all directly. So anyway, if you're interested, thecourtneyproject.com. There's not a fancy website up yet. It's just a landing page with a newsletter sign up, and that's all I've gotten so far. So I appreciate all of you. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate all of your kind words and your support. And I'm really thankful that so many people have subscribed to my channel and that you're finding these videos helpful, because that's the whole reason why I make them. Like literally, that's why I make them. It's for you guys, for people who are looking for information and cannot find a reliable source. I've got tons of marketing info and just all sorts of self-publishing information in my head, and YouTube is an outlet for me to be able to share that with you all. So if there are any videos that you would like to see me cover, I've got a running list, but always you can suggest them down below and I put them on my list if it's not already there. So anyway, I'm so grateful for y'all. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!